If marriage is a marathon, mine's about mile 25, and I've lost a shoe. And maybe my wife. Before we dive deeper into this story, I have one small request. Please subscribe, drop a like, comment, and hit that hype button to boost this channel so more people can discover these incredible Reddit stories. My name is Dean Avery, 38, construction supervisor for Henderson & Associates. I build things that last: houses, bridges, foundations. Too bad I couldn't build a marriage that wouldn't crumble at the first sign of a smooth-talking IT guy with a leased BMW. It started with a video, anonymous email, Tuesday morning, 7:43 a.m. I was drinking coffee, checking work schedules, when my laptop pinged. Subject line: Thought you should know. The video was grainy security footage from a parking garage. Timestamp showed last Thursday, 8:15 p.m. That's when my wife Chloe claimed she was working late on quarterly reports. Except she wasn't working on reports. She was working on Greg Fallon's tongue with her mouth. Greg Fallon, 40 years old, IT lead at Chloe's tech firm, drives that BMW like it's compensating for something, which, according to the texts I'd later find, it absolutely was. I watched the video 3 times. Chloe, my wife of 12 years, pressed against a concrete pillar, Greg's hands roaming places that used to be exclusively mine, her head thrown back, laughing at something he whispered, the same laugh she used to save for me. Well, I said to my empty kitchen, the only thing worse than an affair is an affair with bad taste. My phone buzzed. Text from Chloe. Working late again tonight. Have to help Greg with a project. Don't wait up. I stared at that message for a full minute. Help Greg with a project, right. The project of getting into her pants. I typed back, help him with his loneliness? No response. That evening, I did something I'd never done in 12 years of marriage. I lied. Told Chloe I had to drive to the Richmond site, check on foundation work, might stay overnight. Instead, I parked 3 blocks away and walked home through the back alley. My house, our house, glowed warm in the darkness. Through the living room window, I saw them. Chloe on the couch, Greg beside her, his hand on her thigh. She was wearing the red dress I'd bought her for our anniversary, the one she claimed was too fancy for regular occasions. Apparently, adultery qualified as a special occasion. I watched Greg lean in, kiss her neck, watched my wife of 12 years melt into another man's arms in the home I'd renovated with my own hands. Every cabinet, every tile, every light fixture, I'd installed it all, thinking I was building our future. Instead, I'd built the perfect love nest for my wife's affair. I took out my phone, started recording. Evidence. I'd need evidence for what came next. Because Dean Avery, the guy who always played by the rules, who believed in marriage vows and second chances, was about to die. In his place would be someone much more dangerous, someone who knew exactly how to tear down what he'd built. The next morning, I called my friend Tom Martinez. Tom runs a small IT security firm, owes me a favor from when I renovated his office for cost. I need dirt, I told him over coffee at Murphy's Diner. And I need it the way my wife never sees coming. Tom raised an eyebrow. Chloe cheating? With Greg Fallon, IT lead at Meridian Tech. That smug bastard with the BMW? I know him. Arrogant prick who thinks he invented the internet. Tom grinned. What do you need? Everything. Phone records, social media, security footage. I want to know every lie, every secret, every dirty detail. Dean, you sure about this? Revenge can get messy. I showed him the parking garage video. Tom's expression darkened. Okay, that changes things. Give me 48 hours. Those 48 hours I played the perfect husband, kissed Chloe goodbye, asked about her day, pretended to believe her lies about late meetings and project deadlines. Meanwhile, I prepared. First stop, Dwayne Jackson, security guard at Meridian Tech. We'd worked construction together 5 years ago. Good man, single father, struggling to make ends meet. Need a favor, Dwayne, I said, slipping him 200 cash. Security footage from the supply closet on the 3rd floor. Last 2 weeks. Dwayne pocketed the money. That's where the IT department stores equipment? Among other things. Say no more. I'll email you tonight. The footage was better than I'd hoped. Chloe and Greg in the supply closet, going at it like teenagers. Multiple angles, crystal clear video, timestamps showing it happened during work hours. But I had something better planned than just sending it to HR. Tom delivered the rest. Phone records showing hundreds of texts between Chloe and Greg, social media messages, even Greg's dating profile that he'd never deactivated. The profile where he bragged about his performance while simultaneously complaining about his equipment issues in private messages to other women. This guy's a walking contradiction, Tom laughed. Claims to be God's gift to women, but can't satisfy anyone for more than 5 minutes. Perfect. I had everything I needed. The plan was simple, elegant, and completely legal. Greg's arrogance would be his downfall, and Chloe's lies would bury her. I started with Greg's precious BMW. Nothing illegal. I simply removed the alternator fuse, ensuring it wouldn't start. Then I tucked several pounds of raw shrimp shells under the seats and in the air vents. In the summer heat, his car would smell like a fish market within hours. But the real masterpiece was yet to come. Meridian Tech held company-wide Zoom meetings every Friday at 2 p.m. All employees required to attend, cameras on. I'd hacked into their system, well, Tom had, and uploaded the supply closet video to autoplay during the meeting. Friday afternoon, I sat in my truck outside Meridian Tech, watching through the lobby windows as chaos erupted on the 3rd floor. My phone buzzed with a text from Chloe. Emergency at work. Something terrible happened. Coming home now. I replied, helping Greg again? Hope HR doesn't get lonely. 20 minutes later, Chloe burst through our front door, face red with rage and humiliation. You bastard! She screamed. You did this! I was sitting calmly at the kitchen table, drinking beer, watching the local news. Did what, honey? I've been here all afternoon. Don't play dumb. The video, the Zoom meeting, everyone saw. Saw what? You helping Greg with his loneliness? She slapped me, hard. The crack echoed through the kitchen. I didn't flinch, just smiled that cold, sarcastic smile I'd been practicing. You said you wanted excitement, Chloe. Hope you enjoy unemployment. Chloe was suspended pending investigation. Greg was fired immediately. The video had gone viral within the company, and someone leaked it to social media. But I wasn't finished. Greg tried to intimidate me at Murphy's bar the following Tuesday. Walked in like he owned the place, all swagger and false confidence. You think you're clever, Dean? He said, sliding into the booth across from me. You have no idea what you've started. The bar was crowded, regulars nursing beers after work. Perfect audience. Actually, Greg, I know exactly what I started. The question is, do you know how it ends? He leaned forward, trying to look threatening. Your wife came to me, Dean. She was lonely, unsatisfied. Said you couldn't... I cut him off with a laugh. Really? That's your play? Because I've seen your text messages, Greg. All of them. Including the ones to other women where you complain about lasting 30 seconds and needing little blue pills. The color drained from his face. Several people at nearby tables were listening now. I particularly enjoyed the message where you called yourself a disappointment to women everywhere. Very honest, Greg. Very self-aware. You're lying, am I? I pulled out my phone, started reading. Quote, I know I'm not good in bed. Never have been. It's my biggest insecurity. End quote. Your words, Greg. Sent to that redhead from accounting. The bar had gone quiet. Greg looked around, realizing everyone was staring. You want to know why Chloe really came to you? I continued. It wasn't because I couldn't satisfy her. It was because you were easy, desperate, a sure thing for a woman having a midlife crisis. Greg stood up, fists clenched. I'll kill you. No, you won't. Because you're a coward, Greg. A pathetic, inadequate little man who drives a leased BMW to compensate for equipment that doesn't work. He swung at me. I ducked, and his fist connected with the booth's wooden back. He screamed, clutching his hand. "Strike one," I said calmly. He tried again. This time I stood up, grabbed his wrist, and twisted just enough to send him stumbling backward into another table. "Strike two." The bartender, my friend Justin, was grinning. "Want me to call the cops, Dean?" "Not yet. Greg's about to leave voluntarily." Greg straightened his shirt, trying to salvage his dignity. "This isn't over." "Actually, it is. See, while you were in here embarrassing yourself, my friend Tom was uploading your dating profile and private messages to every social media platform in the city. By morning, every woman in town will know exactly what kind of man you are." His face went white. "You can't." "Already did. Oh, and Greg, you might want to check your car. Smells like something died in there." He ran. Actually ran out of the bar while everyone laughed. I finished my beer to applause, but Chloe was the bigger problem. She'd been trying to manipulate me, playing victim, threatening to take everything in a divorce. Time to end that fantasy. I came home to find her packing suitcases in our bedroom. "Going somewhere?" I asked. "I'm leaving you, Dean. This marriage is over." "Good, but you're not taking anything that belongs to me." "Half of everything is mine legally. Half of everything we built together, yes. But see, I've been doing some research. Adultery affects asset division in Virginia, especially when it's documented as thoroughly as yours." I handed her a thick manila folder. Security footage, text messages, witness statements, financial records showing you used our joint account to buy gifts for Greg. Your affair is documented better than most criminal cases. She flipped through the papers, her confidence crumbling. "You want to take me to court, Chloe? Please do. I'd love to see this evidence presented to a judge, and to your parents, and to your sister, and to everyone at your yoga class." "You wouldn't." "Try me." She set down the suitcase. "What do you want?" "I want you gone. Tonight. Take your clothes, your personal items, and your dignity if you can find it. Everything else stays here. The dog is registered in my name only, I checked. My car is financed through the joint account you used to cheat on me. I'm calling the bank tomorrow." She stared at me like she was seeing me for the first time. "Who are you?" "I'm the man you should have thought twice about betraying, Chloe. I build things for a living. But I'm even better at tearing them down." The storm hit Thursday night. Perfect weather for what I had planned. Greg showed up at 11 p.m., drunk and furious. He'd been fired, evicted from his apartment when the shrimp smell became unbearable, and blackballed from every IT company in the city thanks to his viral reputation. He was pounding on my front door, screaming threats. I'd been expecting this. I opened the door wearing a raincoat and holding a paintball gun. "Evening, Greg. Come to apologize?" "You ruined my life." "No, you ruined your life. I just documented it." He tried to push past me into the house. I stepped aside, let him stumble into the yard, then followed him out. "This is for every lonely night, Greg," I shouted, firing paintballs at his retreating form. Pink paint splattered across his white shirt. He slipped in the mud, scrambled to his feet, ran toward his BMW. The car wouldn't start, of course, and the pink paint I'd used on the tires had run in the rain, making it look like a child's toy. Neighbors were coming out of their houses, drawn by the commotion. Mrs. Peterson from next door was filming with her phone. "Dean!" Chloe's voice cut through the storm. She was running across the yard, soaked and desperate. "Stop this!" "Stop what? Defending my property?" She tried to hit me. I sidestepped, and she slipped in the same mud that had claimed Greg. "You're insane!" she screamed from the ground. "I'm thorough. There's a difference." Police sirens wailed in the distance. Someone had called them. Greg was still trying to start his car, cursing and sobbing. Chloe was covered in mud, crying, and I was standing in my doorway, dry and calm, watching 12 years of marriage burn down in the most satisfying way possible. The police arrived, Officers Martinez and Johnson, both of whom I knew from construction work around town. "Evening, Dean," Martinez said. "Got a call about a disturbance. Just defending my home, officers. This man tried to break in, and my estranged wife assaulted me. I have witnesses." Mrs. Peterson nodded vigorously. "He's telling the truth. That man was trying to force his way into Dean's house." Other neighbors corroborated my story. Greg was drunk, belligerent, clearly the aggressor. Chloe had struck me first. "You want to press charges?" Johnson asked. I looked at Greg, pathetic and broken, trying to wipe pink paint off his shirt. Then at Chloe, muddy and defeated, finally understanding the man she'd betrayed. "No charges necessary. I think they've learned their lesson." The officers made Greg call a cab, warned him to stay away from my property. Chloe gathered her remaining belongings under police supervision. As they prepared to leave, I called out, "Chloe." She turned, hope flickering in her eyes. "Next time you help a coworker, try not to screw over the only guy who knows how to really ruin your life. Oh, and don't forget to text." She broke down crying. Greg couldn't even look at me. The crowd of neighbors applauded as I walked back into my house, closing the door on the biggest mistake I'd ever made. I poured myself a whiskey, sat in my perfectly renovated kitchen, and smiled. Dean Avery, the trusting husband, was dead and buried. In his place stood someone much more dangerous, someone who knew that the best revenge isn't getting mad. It's getting even.